Alright everybody, just a quick video here to talk about one thing that's come up a lot in the first week in the conductivity and ionic bonding unit activities. So first off, here when we're looking at these things, this is actually a pretty old periodic table. You can tell because some of the names down here are not listed. This is prior to them being discovered or being given formal names. So when we're looking at this though, the main thing, this periodic table is beautiful in its simplicity, and that is there are three colors on it, right? So the red elements, the elements in red are the ones that are metals. The elements in yellow are the ones that are metalloids. Metalloids have sometimes the properties of metals, sometimes the properties of nonmetals. So they can be a little bit confusing when you're trying to classify things, but there's really only a few of them. And then there are nonmetals, which is everything in blue. So you notice hydrogen over here is a nonmetal. It's the one that's a little bit wonky about its location on the periodic table. So here's what I want you to be thinking about as you are classifying materials. Things that are made of just metals are made of only things that are on the left side of the periodic table that are red. Things that are, and those have metallic bonds. Things that are made of a metal and a non-metal. So one of the red elements and one of the blue elements, or maybe two of the blue elements or something like that. Those would be ionic compounds, right? Here's the big key. There are a lot of things that people think are not metals that are. So when you see sodium chloride, we think, oh, sodium, that's not a metal, that's salt. Sodium is a metal, chlorine is a nonmetal. So sodium chloride is different than pure sodium. And that makes sodium chloride an ionic compound. Sodium is a metal, chlorine is a nonmetal. Potassium, another one. Calcium, another one. Magnesium. These are ones that we see on our food stuff every day, and we go, oh, well, those aren't metals. It's like food, right? But, I mean, think about it. You also have iron in your food, right? You see that on the food nutrition label. That is iron, usually part of an ionic compound. That is something you need in your body. But if I asked you about iron, you would say, well, of course that's a metal. You wouldn't think about iron as a non-metal. So I'm going to put this image up on the Schoology page so you can access it if you really want to think about it. But there are all of these things, and I really want you to focus on it when you're thinking, is it a metal? Is it one of the red ones? Is it a non-metal? Is it one of the blue ones? Is it a metalloid? When it's a metalloid, you have to look at the properties of the substance to see, does that fall more in line with something that's metallic or ionic? Or if you have something that is made of just non-metals, then it is covalent, either network covalent or molecular covalent. And you have to look at the properties to figure out which one that is. All right, so that's all I've got to say about this. I'm going to stop this video right now and make sure I get this image up on the website.